There's no hope.
Yeah, I
So,
agree. I totally agree.
Another note: Sony stock is up almost 3%, and Microsoft stock is down almost 0.5%.
Well, that
After hours
It's gonna
trading.
get worse. I can guarantee it.
after hours training, that's actually pretty sizable. To be honest, that's for after hours trading. That's pretty sizable. I'll
It's
be
a
very
big
interested.
swing.
Yeah, because
They're gonna hold Microsoft stock soon if it goes anymore.
because tomorrow
Oh god.
when it's day trading,
GG.
that will be scary.
I might actually buy Microsoft stock when they hit like an all-time low.
Just short it. Just short it.
just short, oh yeah, go short. Yeah, go short on it, and you'll make money on shorts. That's a good idea. Yeah. But yeah, tomorrow will be interesting. What was it? 3% on one, 0.5% on the other, going up, and then
0.5% down, 3% up almost.
All right, I'm gonna say tomorrow Microsoft stock drops.
I'm gonna throw them on my ticker tomorrow and watch them as they go up.
Yeah. Keep an eye on it. I'm gonna say it's gonna be between 3 and 5%.
Yep.
Tomorrow.
I think Xbox will go up like I think Sony will go up with 7%.
7. Damn. Well,
That's big.
It's aggressive.
Yeah, that's aggressive. I would say it's probably going to be a similar swing, like 3 to 5% up, 3 to 5% down, depending on just how frisky people are feeling tomorrow. Because if night trading is about that, then that wouldn't shock me if it was in between there. Because I mean the console, it'll be more for Sony than Microsoft, if only because I think the console portion of Sony's business is bigger for them than Xbox is for Microsoft. So if anything, the up on Sony's side will be more than the down on Microsoft's side. But still, that's going to be fun to watch, to see how that all handles tomorrow. Absolutely. But yeah, so they were, for me, hardware, get rid of all that nonsense bullshit, used game, like crap that they're trying to pull. And you have to, I almost think that they have to find a way. They have the servers, they have the cloud. My Xbox Live games better fucking damn well transfer to the Xbox One. There is absolutely,
They do not.
I know they don't. Yet.
They won't, because they will have to go to each developer and get them to recompile and rebuild their game for a completely different architecture.
Well, guess what? Guess what, Panic? They better start sucking some dick. Because if they don't start sucking some dick, they're not going to have a friggin' chance in hell. Not a hope.
I can tell you right now, it's not going to happen, Adam. I can guarantee it.
Not a hope. Oh no, it wouldn't shock me. But that's what they needed. That's the kind of drastic fucking epic that needs to happen for it to help them. They need to friggin' that's the kind of epic that needs to happen. Otherwise, they're just fucked.
I can see the logic in that, because I mean, you need to be able to give a reason for people to want to buy your game over the PS4. I mean, PS4 is already $100 cheaper, and what are you getting with the Xbox on sale besides an extra $100 out of your pocket?
The only things that Microsoft now has in its corner are they're banking on what IPs that they have exclusives are going to be good enough. Probably not. And that people are going to buy it because they're brand loyal for certain things like Call of Duty, where they know all their friends are going to own the same console because they like the controller and they play that shit nonstop, and they don't want to change now. And $100 difference isn't going to do it, and all this other shit. They just want the Call of Duty or whatever on that. That's what they're banking on, and then they're banking on the mass market that they're pandering to eat it up. And that's it. That's all they got.
But Call of Duty's on Sony, so I mean.
Well, no, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I mean, if everybody's gonna buy a PlayStation, then it's gonna turn into, well, my buddy's got my buddy's got the PlayStation.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
My other buddy's
whenever
got
that
I might as well
happens,
get it.
absolutely. Where that happens, that will be a thing. But they're banking
if I had to
on
make
that staying.
if I have to make an analogy of the Xbox, it's like the Xbox is like a really good, sexy $1,000 prostitute just a really sexy ass prostitute.
That looks like a Betamax
and
player.
and you pay $1,000 and you've got 1 hour with this sexy prostitute. And she comes over and lingerie and the hardware on this chick is so fucking boss, and the things that you're gonna be able to do. You're gonna be able to play her all night long. But no, instead of playing her, you get her to clip your toenails.
What?
That's
She comes over to clip your toenails.
No. I'm gonna change that a little bit for you. I'm gonna keep the general analogy. Okay. So the Xbox One is a really, really expensive hooker with all the right hardware that comes over and tells you about all the wonderful things that she can do for you. And then she keeps track of your fantasy football league.
Madden.
John Madden,
TV,
John Madden,
TV.
TV, Facebook, Skype your grandmother,
Netflix,
Madden,
Netflix.
John Madden,
In
John
this
Madden.
analogy, what is the PS4?
The PS4 is the
prostitute.
Okay, the PS4 is the PS4 is a really expensive prostitute, or a slightly less expensive prostitute. that has
same hardware.
That has a mean limp to one side.
That's pretty accurate.
that plays you all night long and then pays you in the morning.
Even better. It's that prostitute that comes over, cooks you breakfast,
what?
sucks your D, gives you a back rub, makes you dinner,
At the same
sucks your D.
time.
gives you another back rub, sucks your D,
Okay.
Wow.
sucks your D again,
Wow. At this
and
point,
then
that
leaves,
much.
at this
Oh,
point,
that's
and never
what
calls
does,
you.
dude.
at this point,
Wait,
it
do
hurts.
not get sex.
As-
Where's
But
the
then, and
sex?
then most importantly though, you wife her afterwards.
You never have sex with a prostitute.
You wife her afterwards.
Like her mouth is any better?
Sauter doesn't know what we're talking about.
Sorry for being.
We're talking
And she
about
clips your
Tuesday
toenails.
afternoon.
and she clips your toenails. Dude, I can tell you right now, anybody who's brave enough to clip Jeff's toenails,
GG!
it's brave hooker.
Kayla, whoa, Kayla. I'm not gonna call Kayla that, but she does clip my toenails sometimes.
Wow, dude, there ain't a chance. There ain't a
I
chance.
don't know if I wanted to hear that or not.
I need a fucking hazmat suit when you take your socks off, so I don't even want to know what the hell clipping them toenails be like. It's a whole other level. Holy shit. But yeah, that's fun stuff. So tomorrow we get to hear Nintendo's plea for help.
No, we don't, because I won't be watching it.
It's an SOS. Please, somebody.
Nintendo's even. You know what? I was gonna say
Nintendo might even be
Nintendo's in
more
worse
fucked,
shape.
yeah.
I was gonna say even worse than the Xbox, but after today, I might actually give Nintendo
Step
a
back
fighting
on that.
chance, a small fighting chance, which is the sad
The
truth.
people might just buy a fucking Wii U just to smite Xbox.
Yeah,
For no reason
seriously,
at all.
seriously.
Just in spite of them. Just
No,
to
but
say
all
fuck
jokes
you.
aside, I mean, Nintendo's fucked. I mean,
No, they are fucked. Dude,
I mean,
they have
Xbox
sold-
is still gonna shit on Nintendo,
They have
but I
sold-
mean,
Nobody is making games for the Wii U.
The Wii U has sold to date worldwide,
30
everywhere,
copies.
3.5 million
consoles.
Sour about those
That's
sales.
it.
Not even. Not
Sour
that-
about those sales.
No, it's 3.4 something million
3.45.
worldwide.
Yep.
I looked at it and I was like, why would I get this? It's like close to the PS4 in price estimates, and it's like generation and a half old already.
Yeah, seriously.
I can't like.
And a tablet. It's like, what am I gonna do with this when it runs out of battery while I'm playing? Like,
I will
3
say
hours?
that that's one thing that's really kind of irritating me about this generation is
Wait.
and even the PlayStation 4 is this tablet shit. I don't know, maybe some people are actually those type of gamers that legitimately will sit on a bus
Oh, it ain't me.
and play Battlefield
No.
and do drops. I think it's just a gimmick.
It
I
is.
think
it's
it's a
extra
waste.
added stuff.
It's all it is. I think that they just need to stop with that shit and
So-
just put their efforts into other things to make better.
Well, at some point it's probably going to be, cool
I don't know.
little additions and stuff, but and it's going to pander to somebody. Somebody's going to have it. Somebody's going to get satisfaction out of it, but it's not, it's not.
It just looks stupid. Like there's two guys
Yeah.
with controllers up there going, "All right, let's go, 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 go up front. Oh, watch your head." And you're like, "All right, I got my iPad.
I'm flying
going
this
to-
helicopter
I'm going to
on
drop
my
a bomb
iPad.
here, but 1 second while I scroll with my fingers and try and find the right, and there we go. Target.
Got it. Oh
Boom.
shit! Sorry, I'm wearing a glove. I can't quite.
He's
Hold
on the
on.
bus and he's going, "Woo! I'm having so much fun with my Battlefield 4 on the bus."
Can somebody please find out how many Dreamcasts were sold?
Yeah, I'll do that. Just a sec.
I already told Lou that he's gonna be the guy who's playing on his console and then calling airstrikes for himself on his iPad.
What a
Just
dick.
to give him
Yo,
the
it's
like,
like the
you-
ultimate cheating machine.
Because
It's like-
at the end of their sale period, they dropped the price to $50 to sell off all remaining stock of Dreamcast. So yeah,
10.6 million.
10.6 million.
Yep.
And that console lasted a year?
Yep.
it was a great console.
That was a good console.
So
Yeah.
Almost-
can I just toss it out there that the Sega Dreamcast, which lived and died within the span of 365 days, tripled the sales of the Wii U.
Yep.
GG.
The Wii U's,
And remember, this is the gaming market for the Dreamcast in 1999. It's a hell of a lot smaller than it is now.
Yep. I just think the Wii U is just too much like the Wii. It's just
Well, that's the problem. That's why nobody's adopting it. Is that
Yeah,
there's no
it's-
reason to buy it.
Yeah.
It's a
going,
fucking
dude.
Wii with
I
a
have
tablet.
a fuck. Exactly. It's like I have the Wii. What the fuck? Why do I need this? What's the difference? Why do I really need this? Except for the fact that they're gonna have they have exclusive games for it.
Yeah. No,
It's just bad.
It's bad. And what I fully expect tomorrow is a price drop. They're already losing money on it, but I bet you it's gotten so bad that you're probably going to see a price drop for the Wii U. Because what is it now?
What? It's like 250, isn't it?
It's $299, isn't it?
I'm gonna be brutally honest, and this is like I'm not even saying this to be a jokester, but if legitimately they had a call out tomorrow and they legitimately said if you guys go on our website right now and fill out a 10-minute survey on why Nintendo's awesome,
I'm going to give you this Wii
I'm gonna
U.
give you a free Wii U. I'm not even joking, and I swear this isn't bullshit. I would not take the 10 minutes out of my day to fill that out to get a Wii U.
Well,
I'm not even-
you already own a Wii.
Exactly.
So that's 10 minutes you could be spend playing Wii bowling.
Exactly, and I actually mean that. Like, no, I don't want your system.
Well, no, because then I'd have the system, then I'd have to think about buying games, but there's no games to buy, so...
That's the other problem. Like Wii and Wii U was like mostly shovelware with the occasional first-party title, which is epic.
Well, at least the Wii had, some shit. It's a lot of shovelware, but it had some shit. And then the Wii U is just a Wii with a tablet with less shit. So it's just like, why would you ever bother? I think
never
It's a Sony
never spend
feature.
money on something called the Wii U. All right, just don't spend money on that.
The Wii
How
U
many games-
ambulance is taking Xbox One to the hospital.
The Xbox done.
The
How many-
Xbox
Raid Station.
One. The
How many
Raid
games
Station.
did Sony feature today that had
Well,
tablet-based interfaces and
I have
stuff
no
like
idea.
that?
Sony listed out more first-party and like major exclusive titles today than Wii has put out since they launched.
Wow.
That's also something too. I saw that number. He said that out of 104 games, 40 of them are going to be
140
exclusive titles for the PS4.
But just like the Xbox was saying, the exclusives and shit for them, how many of them are like Kitty or Move/Connect related? Is the thing.
That's true.
Like I feel on the Xbox side when they were like, yeah, we got all this shit and it's all gonna be these exclusives, and my first thought was, how many ways can you say Connectimals?
Also, they also showed 16 games the last Xbox one, and
Skittle!
only 11 of them were exclusive, which means 11 out of 16 is a nice percentage, but 40 out of 104 I would prefer.
Sure, and a lot of it could be indie games as well, which doesn't necessarily mean bad things. I mean, PlayStation even pulled out freaking Transistor, which
Yep.
isn't exclusive to them.
No, but they just wanted to show it.
But
you know,
they get
just-
to,
they
yeah,
wanted to
just
show
like
it.
Destiny and everything else. Like, why wouldn't Xbox fucking do that shit? Are they why?
Because they're retarded.
Why? You could have at least, you know what that would have done? At the very least, it would have minimized PlayStation's gaming presence. Everything else they still would have got shit on, but at least would have minimized their gaming presence. At that point, like, the PlayStation was just throwing everything in the kitchen
Whoa,
sink.
whoa, panic. Go on Skype for a second.
Okay, I should be on Skype.
I'm actually not on Skype. Sorry to interrupt. Keep going, guys.
Did somebody just die? What the fuck? That came out of nowhere. But yeah, that was. Yeah, but Nintendo tomorrow, it's going to be, hey, here's another Zelda game. Here's Pikmin 2 or whatever. Or are they on 3 now? I
No,
can't
no,
remember.
they're not announcing a new Zelda game. They're probably going to talk more about Wind Waker HD.
Oh yeah. And then here's a price drop. $249.99, which
You
means
can get
the 3DS will drop in price as well.
So Adam, do you plan on getting Battlefield 4?
Yeah, look great. Look great.
On what?
Well,
Apparently, my uncle was in the video.
probably a PS4.
What?
I'm a little annoyed because, to be completely honest with you, I can't get around it. No matter how hard I try, I fucking hate the PlayStation controller. It's not made for big hands. It's just not made for me. And I hate where the analog sticks are. My thumbs tire out in that position because they don't rest in that position. They rest up, not down. And your thumbs touch and like make out and shit when you're playing dual joystick games. I fucking hate that controller, and it's gonna kill me not having a 360 controller or an Xbox controller, because the Xbox controller makes the PlayStation controller look like a little bitch. It is like one of the few things remaining the Xbox has over top.
It
is
does
that
look sexy.
There's actually no comparison. I don't care what anybody says ever. You can't convince me in this universe or any other that the PlayStation controller is better than the Xbox controller. It's just not. You pick it up. It's just a whole new. Just the analog sticks alone. My thumbs don't. My thumbs rest up here. My thumbs don't fucking want to go down here for long periods of time. It's just like cramping your hands and shit. It's just terrible. And I played with the PlayStation controller for years. Jeff and I played a lot of PlayStation. Like a lot of PlayStation. And I can't. I never liked it then. And I still don't like it now. And it's just not a good controller. It's just not. The sticks are too loose. The triggers blow dick. Nothing. I mean, I haven't held a PlayStation 4 controller, but it doesn't look a hell of a lot different. To be honest, it looks like a hybrid between an Xbox controller and a PlayStation controller. But when I first picked up a PS3 controller, it felt like I was picking up a $5 like plastic toy. It just felt like crap. It felt like if I breathed on it the wrong way, it was going to fall apart. And then there's the Xbox controller, which just feels like sex in your hands. And it feels good in my hands, which are enormous hands. And I haven't heard a lot of people with small hands complain about the 360 controller either. So, PlayStation controller is just awful.
Then why not get it for PC, man?
Awful. Well, I'll probably buy. Well, if I'm going to get Battlefield, I'm probably going to have it on the PC.
Good man.
Watch Dogs looks really fun.
Yep.
Watch Dogs
Yeah.
Watch Dogs does look quite good. Absolutely, I agree. It looks very
Destiny just better come out on the PC.
good. Destiny.
That's all I care about.
It wouldn't shock me, but no, it would shock me, to be honest with you.
They said it's a console exclusive.
It's a console exclusive game. It's an Activision title. That's just my thing is with it. I love Bungie, but Bungie has one too many trademarks of their game development that carries over. So when they had that gameplay there, I mean, you all saw the chick when she showed up and she was a heavy. That was a fucking Spartan. with a Spartan laser, and the
Dude.
little light thing that he threw out was a guilty spark. It talked
Yeah.
like him. It made the jokes. It did the whole little float around the room shit and do its own thing. Like, and don't get me wrong, that's cool. Like, I'm cool with it, but they, you know, I hope there's only so much of that, because I don't want to be feeling like I'm just playing Halo.
I'll
in a
say
non-Halo
honestly, the
universe.
whole like when Kayla was like watching it with me, and she even noticed that it looked a lot like Halo.
Mhm.
And I like the whole combat system. It just, even the way the gun shot, like the gun sounded very like.
The guns sounded weak.
They sounded
weaker
weak,
than
yeah,
Halo.
yeah.
Weaker than Halo.
They really did, honestly.
Yeah.
And it even the way they shot and stuff, it just felt like Halo.
Yeah.
It just and
The guns
I mean,
looked like Halo, but they didn't sound as good as Halo's. Like, Halo's guns sounded like they had some kick. Like, it sounded good. They felt weighty and shit. This sounded like a pea shooter. Although we didn't see all the guns, so God knows. You know, it's whatever. It could have just been the guns that they were using. But the animation very similar to Halo, and just, yeah, it just reeked of Halo. And it didn't have the biggest thing was like that whole guilty spark thing. That was literally the guilty fucking spark. They just ripped it out of Halo and were like, what up? Guilty spark. All up in your destiny. But ignoring all that, the concept of the game and everything in itself, it looks badass. I can't lie.
yeah,
Unless
it
they
does.
fail miserably with it in some way, it looks epic as shit. And if it's going to happen over the course of a decade and they manage to pull that off, it's going to be something special. And definitely something to keep an eye on and maybe
Just
be a
think
part
about that. We're gonna be 30 and we're still gonna be
playing
this game.
Destiny. Yeah. I will be 35 or older. And
So
Destiny
what you're
is still going
saying
to be a
is,
thing.
what we're saying is you're going to be playing Destiny with your kid.
Yeah, my kid will be on my lap, and I'll be playing Destiny, killing people, and I'll be teaching my child the art of killing people.
Daddy, kill
Perfect.
better.
Passing on the glorious tradition.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's just thinking about that. Well, thinking about that is scary as shit. But still,
I can't wait for Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts, yeah.
looks sweet.
Oh my god.
That Final Fantasy looked nothing like Final Fantasy, but whatever, I guess.
It looked like Devil May Cry.
I
Final
think it looked
Fantasy.
really fucking cool. I was like really blown away by how it went. You were sort of playing the game and then it just went right into a battle type thing, you know? Like it almost
looks like
seemed
a
like it
mixture of
was
It is not an RPG.
It's not an RPG
no,
anymore.
no, I know, yeah. It's like it's the verses, right?
But it's not.
But it's
Rebranded
not at the same
as
time.
Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
it
15.
really did. It really felt like Devil May Cry meets fucking
Final
Fantasy.
Fantasy.
Final
Fantasy.
Fantasy. Yeah, I guess that's
It's
probably
fun,
the best
yeah.
way to do it.
Final Fantasy 13 meets Devil May Cry, and that's kind of what you get there. And I
Well, like Yogurt said, it was
what?
What did I
Yogurt say?
Dude, I don't even remember what I say.
I
the
think
fuck
he
up, Hartsfield?
mentioned how he took the Square Enix took the guy that was doing the Kingdom Hearts shit.
Oh yeah. The guy who's doing Kingdom Hearts was in charge of the
so that
Final Fantasy
like, feels
15
like-
or Versus or
Which
whatever. So it's-
explains why when you saw the 15 seconds of gameplay for Kingdom Hearts,
yeah.
that it looked awfully damn similar.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
When I saw that was one of the first things I noticed when I saw the Kingdom Hearts thing come out, and I was like, "Wow, this looks shockingly similar to the Final Fantasy trailer that we just saw." Like gameplay wise, it looked strikingly similar.
That's why it's taking so long for Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out, because he was doing Final Fantasy 15 or what it's now called.
I think it's 15.
Destiny literally, it looks like they literally took District 9
Yep.
and
Yeah.
and plastered it
Yep.
all, like the time of Earth, the colors, the wall that was there, like the gated community, the aliens, everything. The moment I saw it, I said, "Did they turn District 9 into a fucking game?"
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw it a long time ago now.
Oh,
that-
holy shit!
Yeah, straight up.
It's crazy. Like it everything, like even the way the cars were set up, like the wastelands, everything
They
looked
had
identical.
freaking Star Wars speeders
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the speed bikes, like I was like, what the fuck? That's like literally that it looked almost identical. I want to see the model for it because it's like bang on. But yeah, it totally does. It looks very much like that. What about the Division? The Division looked great.
Depends on
Thought it
what
looked
they
good.
But
get
the
it
only
going.
the lingering question that I have is it's supposed to be an MMO. How does the MMO slash RPG elements come in? Because all we saw was combat. So
It's technically not an MMO. It's just called Shared World.
well, that's
So
kind of what the original
It's an
Guild Wars
MMO.
was. It's like
It's-
it's instances or some shit. Like
Yeah.
that's
Are
how
we
it's
Yeah.
talking
work.
about Destiny?
No.
Yeah, no,
This
the-
was
um,
the Division.
The Division.
Yeah.
What do you think of Dragon Age? Do you think that it's gonna suck, or do you think it's
Well,
gonna be
Depending on what they
it's
do with
hard-
it.
I'm
All depending on what they
curious.
It
do.
depends on which direction they go because Dragon Age 1 was fucking
awesome.
epic.
Yes.
Okay? Dragon Age 2 took
Take a
800
nosedive.
steps backwards. And so if they looked at that and went, "All right, we kind of fucked that up. We should go back in the other direction," then it's going to be probably awesome. But if they decide to stay with that dumbed down bullshit Dragon Age 2 stuff, which I think is probably going to happen because it's going consoles. So
Well, I like
it's-
what they did with 2. They just went too far with it.
well, that's what I mean. Like,
What do you feel about Elder Scrolls?
It
Uh,
the
I don't think
same
it's-
the same
think so.
my feeling about it is the same as any new MMO. Is it looks good, but will it stand the test of time? And by that I mean, will it survive the first 6 months without everybody just going, okay, that was fun, and leaving?
Yeah.
No.
And
No.
that is scary because that's literally how the entire community felt about Skyrim, except it didn't even last 6 months. It lasted like 2 months, where people were like, "Okay, that was fun," and then
They
that was
just
it.
released the Legendary Edition, which includes all the DLC in the game for the same price as the original launch game, which
Yeah.
is like a monumental drop in price in such a short period of time.
Yeah, no. Skyrim had a similar problem to Oblivion in that everything just felt the same, even though the environments were way more diverse than Oblivion was.
It had no substance, man.
Everything just felt hollow. I don't know what it was about it, but things just felt hollow to me. It didn't feel right. And a lot of it, I swear to God, is still that when you're going into a town, you're still loading the shit.
Yeah.
Morrowind
Well, that's why they got.
in 2001 or 2003, Game of the Year, whatever it came out, 2002, somewhere in there, didn't have that shit. You just walked in, and the environments were diverse, and it didn't feel hollow, and it was rich in like everything, like culture and aesthetically, it was epic, and it had character. And Skyrim was way better at that than Oblivion was. Oblivion was basically fucking Lord of the Rings bullshit. Everything looked the same, generic fantasy crap with the worst scaling level system in the history of RPGs. But it just, there's something that was just missing about Skyrim. I never put my finger on it. I haven't gone back to it. I mean, I'm gonna probably play it some more since I have it all modded and everything, and it looks great. But
I doubt it.
yeah, probably not. But it's just something was missing in it. I couldn't put my finger on it. I just couldn't figure out what it was that it was missing. I can't quite.
I think to me it's like the quests in Skyrim seem much more linear than they did in Morrowind or Oblivion. Oblivion definitely much more linear than Morrowind, but Morrowind was like, okay, doing one quest can severely affect something I do in
Yeah.
something else. Like the Fighters Guild, if you go through the Fighters Guild, you destroy the Thieves Guild.
It's fucked up, but the questing arrows and the hand holding, even though you can turn some of that off, and people are going to be like, well, you can mod all this shit away. Fuck off. If you have it on the console, guess what? Ain't no thing is modding. Is that it was too much hand holding. And it ruined the exploration part, because in Morrowind, where there wasn't really a hell of a lot of anything, not even close to that. Like there's some mission. I remember one mission. The one mission that really fucked me the most in Morrowind was a Thieves Guild mission that you had to find a specific person, and they were in Vivek, and they were in a certain quarter, and finding their house was a fucking nightmare, and you had no idea, and it took forever to find them. But it's okay because in the act of finding that person or doing these quests with not having your hand held, you got to explore. And you got to learn the areas, and you knew everything like the back of your freaking hand by the time you were done, and it was okay because all the areas looked crazy and diverse and awesome, and there was things to be found along the way, and you'd run into side quests
Crab
that
merchant.
weren't the fucking talking crab merchant, for God's sake. Like there was something to be done about it, and it just made it more. That's why when I played Skyrim, I made the decision that I wasn't going to use anything for fast travel except for the cart system between the towns, just like the Silt Striders and boats. No fast traveling bullshit, because it forced me to explore and it made me enjoy the game more. But the questing and stuff with all the arrows and all the crazy nonsense and whatever, even though yes, it can be modded away, detracts from the game. And it changes how they attacked that game, right? Like in Morrowind, and even Oblivion in parts, hiding items in crazy places and just rewarding that exploration just did not happen as much. But we're on a wild tangent for that. As for the MMO, my concern straight up is its longevity, and I don't know. On paper, the Elder Scrolls seems like the most godlike universe for an MMO. But that's probably also the reason why it should not be an MMO.
Actually, it's interesting that you should bring that up. Can I say something about that? Like, I think with the Elder Scrolls MMO, they've been given like a backstory, like a landscape that's so it's got so much potential. You could do so much with it.
Absolutely.
But from what I've seen, it just seems like every other fantasy MMO. Like it seems so generic. It's not even funny.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's
I think they're wasting it. Like you've been given something so good with so much potential, and you're doing so little with it.
Yeah, I agree. And it's like they couldn't even get the single player right, let alone an MMO. And I'm sure there's people out there that really love Skyrim. Obviously, Oblivion was an awesome game. It still was no Morrowind, but it was still a really good addition. But Skyrim really took a step back, and I think this is just the curse of games, of graphical, where companies are really pushing graphics and they're trying to really sell a game on the looks. And, well, look at this. Now this branch, when you break it, you can actually see pieces of it, of a fucking branch decay onto the ground. And, oh my God, it's just so sexy. And they put all this time in to make the game look so pretty, but then there's nothing to it. And like Adam said, it's extremely hollow. And we had a game that looked incredible, that would literally blow your PC up if you tried to max it out. But yet the game itself was lackluster. There was no substance. It just didn't have what Morrowind had, where sure, at the time it was breaking graphical grounds and stuff, but you could tell they really put time and effort into the stories, into the hidden gems of Morrowind, where only certain players would discover certain things if you really immersed yourself in the game. And with Skyrim, it's like what you see is what you get. And I really think that they're going to run into the same problem with an MMO. They're going to make it look awesome. It's going to be great. They're going to get all these players together. Everything's going to run fine. But what about the missions? What about the backstories? What about the items? What about all this stuff?
It's
and
like
I think that's where we're going to see it shit the bed.
Yeah, it's like the running gag of Oblivion and Skyrim is, where the fuck is my levitation spell, bro?
Yep.
I just want to and the reason why you don't get it is because it's instance towns, right? So you can't float into a town and fuck yourself.
Yep.
So and just losing that verticality in and of itself removes a whole bunch of exploration opportunities. I mean, sure, your horse can walk up a vertical wall in Skyrim, great, but I'd rather have levitation and open towns and shit. I still don't understand why that couldn't have happened. I really don't. I don't understand why. But yeah, it's something that I'm interested in, the MMO. I want to see how it works and how it ends up when it's out. I've applied for the beta. Maybe I'll get into it, but at the end of the day, it's probably going to just be another one of those romps where you go on it for a couple months and you do have a good time with it while you play it. But an MMO requires longevity, and while they have this epic, rich story and shit, like Wings was saying, it doesn't look like they're capitalizing on it. And at its heart, the Elder Scrolls experience, in my books, is a single-player experience. You're on your own. It's you versus the world. You carve out your own path. You carve out your own story, and you don't get to do that in an MMO. No matter how hard they're going to try and convince you that you can, it's not going to happen. And that's like the biggest hurdle that they've got. So last couple of minutes before I wrap this up and go get some sleep and stop talking so loudly so that Natalie can also sleep, is I want to hear what everybody's like favorite moment from today was from any of the press conferences. Favorite game. Okay, give me this. Favorite game that you were most interested in or what really impressed you, and favorite moment. So we can start from who's in here right now. We get all sorts of people in here. Bison.
Yeah.
There? Hit me up.
Yeah.
Favorite what game interested you? We don't need a long-winded thing, but what game really interested you today?
Can I give two?
Sure. Absolutely.
Number one was probably Destiny, only because I just like the fact that it looked like Borderlands. But then the second one would be Plants vs. Zombies.
That looked pretty awesome. Not gonna lie. And
That got me hyped up.
What was your favorite moment of today?
Favorite moment was probably when I was watching Kingdom Hearts 3 being revealed, because I'm a major fanboy of that series. So that was probably my favorite moment of all. Of
Good
the whole
choice. Thing. Good choice. All right, Corn. Not that anybody values your opinion, but what?
Thank you.
But what was your favorite? What was your the best game in your eyes today?
Mostly Battlefield, because I'm just a huge Battlefield fan. But actually, another game that really interested me was The Crew.
Really?
That one.
You're hopping
the
on
only
that.
Reason. No, it intrigued me.
Okay.
Just to see what it's all about and how it's like a super open world racing game. Okay. One thing that was hilarious about that. One thing that was hilarious about that one though is that when they said, "See those hills over there? You can drive on them." That reminded me completely of the Elder Scrolls. Sorry, not the Elder Scrolls. Skyrim announcement.
They did, because they did say that
mountain
exact
over there.
thing.
You can climb that.
Yeah.
And then my favorite moment was probably when, just because of the hilarity, was when the PVZ guy said announced Peggle 2. His jump in the air was fucking hilarious.
That was one of the most retarded presenters I've ever seen in my life. But